welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person, people on your mind. What are they saying about you? All right. So we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, group two, and group three. If you do need to pause the video for a moment so you can take some time to choose your group, feel free. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, gorgeous people who have chosen the first group, welcome. I hope you guys are doing okay. So, the person, people on your mind, what are they saying about you? And we will start off with the tarot cards as per usual. Alright, so to start off with, we have the Seven of Pentacles upright, Ace of Pentacles also upright, and the Empress upright. So there's a lot of earth energy coming through. All right, so what are they saying about you? All right, so whoever this person or people are to you, it feels like they or, some of them are saying, depending on who you're asking about, but I'm just going to say they, okay? So you can apply that how you want to apply it. But yeah, anyway, so they say that you guys have gotten really close. They say that you've been working really hard and making a real effort with them. They've been saying that you've been helping them as well, like in some way that you've been really accommodating for them. They say that you've been like giving them grace in some situation and that they can really be themselves around you. They tell people that you are kind, you're gentle, and you're just a really soft person, and that they feel really calm around you, that they feel like they can be calm around you. They feel like they can think clearly around you as well. Maybe you are able to kind of help them sort through, some of the thoughts that they have, whether that's your intention or not. But they could also talk about how they feel you don't really say much about yourself, or you don't really make things about you. They kind of just say that you have this really chill energy to you. Um, they do tell people that they're still getting to know you, but they're getting extremely good vibes so far, and they're wanting a more stable relationship and situation with you moving forward. Like, that's their hopes. Sorry if you hear my son playing piano in the background. um, so where were we? So yeah, they do have hopes for you guys to have like a more stable situation moving forward, because they do feel like it is still maybe in the developing stages. Even though they feel like they're still getting to know you, one thing they do know and say about you is that you are very honest in their opinion. They feel that you are just a very simple person, very patient and hardworking, and this is the kind of this is the this is what they say to other people about you. That's the impression that other people get about you when they are talking about you. Like, they say that you are a very focused person when you need to be, and that it seems like you're living a pretty decent life, a very maybe content life. Not to say that they don't feel you have your ups and downs, but it feels like, in terms of like, the general energy around you, they do feel like it is or can be very content. they say that you do seem like a genuinely happy person, or what they've seen of you so far. And they tell people that you give credit where it's due, or you give them or people rewards or compensation, like giving out gold stars or something like that. Um, no, but seriously, it feels like, I don't know in what way this could be. Maybe it will make more sense to you guys, um, but there's something about compensation. There's something about you rewarding them or rewarding other people, whether that is through, material stuff, or whether that's, vocally rewarding people or compensating. I don't know, but yeah, they do tell people that you can be kind of quiet, that you seem a bit secretive, but they realize that you are just very introverted in their, perspective. They do say that you are quite tenacious, that you don't give up, and that you're quite analytical. So even though they feel like you have this, soft and simple and genuine kind of energy, they do see the other side of you that is, hardworking, that is, um, resilient, that is, analytical, and, can be quite serious as well. One of their main takeaways, though, is that even if you fail, you don't give up. Like, that's something that they have learned about you. And, they do tell people that you have grown a lot, or they get the impression that you've grown a lot. They do mention that you may not like to rock the boat in certain situations, or it just seems like you don't, but they do kind of get the impression that you stay in your lane, um, and that's the impression that other people get when, they speak about you as well. So they also tell certain people that they're wanting to work with you on something. They say that um, yeah, so they could want to team up with you on something, or they could want your expertise for some of you guys. But they overall, like, they say that they're really interested in you, that they're invested in you. There's like a strong investment that they feel that they have in you, or that they kind of want to continue to make in you, and that they, really trust you. But they do want your relationship to be more grounded. Like, again, like I think I said this before, but that is like one of their goals that they do have, when it comes to you guys. But even though, like, things may not be, super solid and super grounded, and, like, have a very clear direction between you guys, whatever it may be, it feels like they tell people that they feel like they have security with you, though, so even though if things aren't solid, it doesn't take away the security that they do feel in whatever you guys have, right now. But yeah, they tell people as well that you are a creative type, that you seem, very handy. They also say that it seems like you're healing, or from what you've told them, maybe from what they've seen, that you could be healing emotionally, physically, for some of you guys, maybe spiritually, mentally. Um, but they do say it seems like you don't get much time to take care of yourself properly. They say that you are extremely independent, but you don't really make yourself a priority like that. They do say that you are very feminine, with this really maternal, spirit or vibe from you. And they talk about wanting you to have more peace and ease in your life, or a certain area of your life. Even though they do think you are quite content, like in some area, or, in some way, like they do feel like there's this strain on you. Um, like something could be difficult for you. Even if it is temporary, even if it is just like, right now, or just in a very small area of your life, but it feels like they do want the best for you, you know. It feels like they also tell people or someone in particular that you are quite spiritual or you have this spiritual kind of vibe and energy to you. Maybe, you know, if that's something that you've told them, then that's something that they kind of share with other people. But they say that you have a really beautiful connection to like earth, nature, you know, stuff like that. Um, so even though they say and think you're quite independent, they also mention you being a bit submissive in some situations. But this is not in a, you know, you let people walk all over you kind of way. It's just that they feel you have like this easy and soft way about you. So even though you're independent, it's almost like you're not, you know, like super dominating or super like imposing on them or other people, which they actually really like about you. Oh, let me drink my tea before it gets cold. Okay, so we also have winning, and we also have ask a expert. It says don't rely on your friends or the internet, listen to a professional. Alright, so it feels like this person is saying that they feel like they're winning having you in their life, like they feel like they're quite lucky. With asking expert, it feels like they say that they want you to ask for their advice or they want to be able to kind of give you their advice on, you know, your situation, some situation you have going on. Clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. So maybe for some of you, this could be advice in regards to your independence or something that you're kind of doing alone. It could be in terms of your work. Could be financial advice for some of you guys. It could be something that you're more aware of as well. What one should I do these ones first? So we have accountable. We have I'm sorry. We have I'm interested in someone else. We have I'm so comfortable around you. We have I tell my family and friends about you. We have I like your smile and your eyes. And we also have, I'll put these here. We have this connection will forever affect me, and we also have breaking cycles. Okay, what are they saying about you? So, with I tell my family and friends about you, I don't know, doesn't really feel like something they're saying, but this is some, like, these are the people who they maybe talk about you the most to. So with I'm sorry, it feels like they tell people that they have this like this empathy for you, this sympathy for you. It's like they tell people that they feel very sorry for you in some situation. Like in some situation they just kind of want something to get better for you, you know? So they also say that they feel like you hold them accountable. Like even if you don't do this in like an aggressive kind of way, you know, again, like they do feel like you do it in like a gentle kind of way. Like you hold them accountable. With the Two of Cups, it's like they really appreciate whatever you say to them or however you may guide them, and like how you communicate with them. Like when you do hold them accountable, even if that is not your intention, when you do, it feels like they feel it's coming from like a very genuine place with you, so they kind of like just take it, just take it on board because they trust what you have to say, trust your perspective, and how you feel about certain things. So with I'm interested in someone else, it feels like they talk about there being a third party in you guys' situation, or they talk about the third party in your situation with them. But it feels like they tell people they are super comfortable around you. They do tell people that your connection has, really impacted them, or they feel like you would have this long-term impact on them. Um, like they say that you are able to have, this effect on them, a positive effect on them. Sorry. Okay. What are they saying about you? They also tell people that you have a beautiful face, like your smile, your eyes are gorgeous. So they also tell people that they are hoping you are able to break certain cycles in your life. This doesn't really seem like a negative thing or a positive thing. Maybe just like a limitation or a challenge or like a block. They're just hoping you're able to overcome it, whatever that may be. So we also have clearing negativity. We have rise above. And we also have simple pleasures. So it feels like they say that it seems like you're someone that does take the high road, quite often, that you are able to rise above certain situations. Um, they could say that this has actually been like this reoccurring theme throughout your life, being able to rise above things. Like they say that you aren't a negative person at all. They say that you are able to help them think more positively as well. Like they do talk about you being this, very simple kind of person, a very easy kind of person, like easygoing. They could say that they are able to enjoy the simple pleasures of life with you, or that you are someone that just, does enjoy the simple pleasures in life. So I'm gonna pull some more cards and then I'll cap the reading here, okay? So what are they saying about you? So we have gentle. That's funny because that's literally what we've been talking about this whole time. So they do tell people that you are quite gentle. We have gentle, we have impartial, we have stubborn, we have shy, we have mean, and we have thoughtful. So with shy, it feels like they say that other people can be quite like shy or bashful around you. Let me see. They also say that there is someone in particular or just certain people who don't treat you the best, like they can be quite mean to you. But they talk about you being such a, thoughtful person, or they feel like you are very thoughtful, um, that you are maybe kind of like impartial in a lot of situations. Like, they, I think I said this before, but they feel like you don't rock the boat, like you don't really get involved with, with nonsense, really, or that you don't really choose sides if it doesn't, kind of like involve you. They may say you're actually quite nonchalant in certain situations. And they also say that they're quite stubborn when it comes to you. Let me see, is this when it comes to other people? But this doesn't feel like a negative thing, them being stubborn when it comes to you. Maybe that will make more sense to you guys, but yeah. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense, and I'm wishing you guys the best. All right, please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing really good. Thank you for joining me. So, if you have chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. All right. So, the person, people on your mind, what are they saying about you? I will start off with the tarot cards as usual. So, we do have the Three of Swords. In reverse, we have Two of Wands in reverse, Ace of Wands upright. Okay, what are they saying about you? All right, so for some of you, they're saying that something is still fresh for you. Maybe something is still fresh between the two of you guys. It feels like they're saying you may have gotten out of a serious situation. For some of you, it could be referring to a relationship, could be referring to something else, could be something dysfunctional. For some of you guys, could be something else that you're more aware of, could be something involving them. But they do say you're finding your feet, or they're sure you will, and that you are just very resilient from what they know and what they see, right? So they also mention you being under a lot of pressure, and they think you're feeling lost, but also say that they have their own problems, and you're both kind of focused on, your individual lives and situations. They do talk about you trying to heal or trying to sort your head out. It could be healing in like other ways, like emotionally, physically. Um, but they do say that you seem kind of drained, and they mention you not trying to like put on this brave face. And they may not say this next part, but they think that you're, being honest about your problems either to them or with someone else. Even if you aren't being super vocal about your problems, this could, um, just go back to you not putting on a brave face, or, just not really hiding, your scars, how you feel about something, hiding that you're drained, like painting on a smile, even if this isn't with everyone in your life. Like when it comes to certain people in your life, they do feel you are quite transparent about, what you're going through. But they also talk about you being like this big support to certain people in your life, maybe most people, in your life, maybe even people that you aren't that close to, you know, for example, like people you work with, acquaintances. But they do mention that other people can or do open up to you about their trauma, their challenges, their problems. They tell people or someone in particular that you sometimes avoid seeing the truth. Um, they could say that you avoid doing the work sometimes, or avoid confrontation. That it is sometimes hard for you to accept the truth of something. They're also saying that they feel you're currently trying to repress or avoid how you feel about them. Could be referring to something else. Like this could be like a specific situation between you guys. For some of you, they say that you may not have a lot, but you make it work with what you got. They also say that it seems like your health is getting better. So this could be, I think I may have said this earlier, but they could feel like you are healing in some way. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so they also tell people that sometimes you do seem super anxious. They also mention you being, quite forgiving and accepting when it comes to certain things and, people. But at times they do feel that you are too forgiving. This isn't really about the you being accepting, but when it comes to you being forgiving, they do feel like sometimes it's too much, or maybe sometimes you shouldn't maybe be as quick to forgive, certain people in certain situations. But when it comes to the two of you, they do say that there isn't a lot of trust between you guys. For some of you, they say that there isn't any trust between you guys at the moment. But they do want that to get better. They tell people that you've put a lot of limitations on yourself, that you don't have many options right now, or that you kind of perceive yourself as not having many options, and maybe opportunities for growth, and that you might fear change as well. They also say that it doesn't seem like you have much vision or hope, for the future, and that you're kind of just maybe focused on, the present, and kind of getting through, day by day. Um, and that maybe you're just kind of focused on one area of your life, maybe a very specific area of your life, over other areas, and they do say that in their, opinion, that you might be putting your energy towards the wrong things, or what they kind of see as the wrong things. So they also mention that you might be reconciling with someone else. They could say that this is actually a good idea for you to reconcile with this person. They do say that you need a detox and, to really focus on yourself. They also say that you might be angry. Like that, they could also say that you could be feeling like a bit bitter right now, or when it comes to some, situations or people in your life. But they do tell people, someone, that you don't want them to change, that they think you might want to hold them back, even if there isn't, bad intentions behind it. They also say that they do regret a lot of the decisions they made regarding you, that they should have maybe listened to you for some of you guys. And they do talk about how you can come across as indecisive, or when it comes to them specifically, you can be quite indecisive. They do talk about how they feel you might need, more passion in your life, hobbies, things that um, you're able to look forward to, and they mention that you have great ideas as well, but you might not be doing anything with it right now. And they say that this should be a time of action for you, that you should, be taking initiative and taking charge and control of your life, or some area of your life, but for reasons that you're not able to do it, or you're not wanting to do that right now. So we have believe what you see, and we also have love. So for some of you, they're saying that you need to start believing what you see, that maybe you need to be realistic, or, when it comes to certain situations, some people, being more realistic, maybe trusting yourself more, trusting your intuition, and not just taking things, for face value, or just taking on what other people are saying, instead of maybe kind of establishing, that truth for yourself. So with love, it feels like they're actually saying that there might not be a lot of love between you guys at the moment. So we also have long strokes, okay? We have opportunist. We have I'm spying on you. We have take the lead. We have healing. We have you are sexy. And we also have bitter. And we also have let's keep our connection a secret. Oh, do you know, I'll get all of the cards out. So we also have facial fears. We have healthy communication in relationships. And we have lottery, bet on yourself. Okay, so what are they saying? So with Take the Lead, it feels like they're saying that they feel like they need to lead you, or they kind of get the feeling that you want them to lead you, or you want their guidance, or you want them to push you in a certain direction. So they're also saying that they don't want you to feel bitter about them. This doesn't really feel like it's referring to them. It could be referring to other things in your life. With I'm spying on you, peekaboo, it feels like they're also saying that they feel sometimes that you're kind of watching them, watching, their movements. Maybe, let me see. Like maybe checking up on them. So it also feels like this person is kind of talking about you in this opportunistic way. Not that you're opportunistic, but kind of like they're being opportunistic when it comes to you. I don't know if they call themselves an opportunist, of course, but it feels like they do discuss things that kind of make them come across as being an opportunist when it comes to you. So, they also do talk about you healing. I think we said that earlier. They also talk about you being attractive to them. So it also feels like they're telling people or someone that you're wanting to keep certain parts of your relationship with them a secret, maybe um, your relationship as a whole, even. So with lottery, bet on yourself, it feels like they're saying that you need to believe more in yourself. For some of you, it could be the other way around. They could be saying that you want them to believe more in themselves. It could be like a separate situation than you kind of believing in yourself. They're also saying that you want them to face their fears. They could also say that you guys actually do have healthy communication in your connection, your relationship. So I'm just going to pull some more cards and see if there's any more messages. What are they saying about you? So we have sensitive, we have non-committal, we have obedient, disrespectful, busy, and strict. So for some of you, it feels like they're actually saying that you can be quite insensitive towards them sometimes. For some of you, they could say that you guys aren't really committed to each other, or you're not really committed to them, whether it's about your relationship or, some aspect of your relationship. So they also say that you're both kind of like busy right now too. For some reason, they could say to like someone in particular that you can be quite disrespectful to them, but it feels like to other people, they actually say um, like the opposite. It feels with obedient, it feels like they tell people they want you to like listen to them more. And they also tell some people that they feel like they need to be more firm with you in some way. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it can be helpful. I hope it can make sense, and I'm wishing you guys the best. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, then this reading is for you. The person, people on your mind, what are they saying about you? So we have the Five of Pentacles upright, Seven of Wands upright, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So please only take these messages if they make sense for the person and the situation you're asking about. But for some of you, it feels like they are saying that you could be making someone else's financial situation difficult, that you might be relying too much on someone else. Could be financially, it could be in another way. But they say that someone is very generous with you, maybe way too generous in their opinion. But it feels like they're not really assuming whether or not you're intentionally like kind of putting a financial strain on this person. For some of you, this could be referring to like borrowing money, and they're saying that you should like pay this person back. But it feels like they kind of end that conversation with "it's not really my business," because it doesn't seem like they view this situation as, positive or negative. It doesn't really feel like they have a strong opinion on it. It just feels like they kind of talk about it more in like an observational kind of way. So they also mention that you could always be caught up in some type of drama. But when it comes to like these, confrontations, if you want to call it that, they say that you are more so in a position of like kind of, defending yourself. Like they do mention that certain people don't treat you nicely or have the nicest things to say about you, but you don't really let it get to you anyway. For some of you, they could even say that they have to be like they're the ones that have to be defensive around you, and that you might not treat them the best or have the nicest things to say about them all the time. Maybe when it comes to something specific, this may not be, in general. They also say that it seems like you're wanting to give up on them, or again, like something specific in your relationship with them. So yeah, they do say it seems like you want to give up on them. But right now, it feels like they say that you're still a big part of their life. At the moment, for some of you, they could say the struggles between you guys are kind of just like temporary right now, but they are afraid you guys are on a path of possibly losing your relationship. They do say that you feel negatively about some of the things that they're doing, and that you might not have much faith in them or something that they're doing, that you may not trust their judgment. And they also mention you guys, being kind of distanced from each other, even though you're still like, you're maybe both still present in each other's life. They also mention you possibly like letting them down in some way. Okay, so please only take this message if it makes sense. But it also feels like they're telling someone that they think or know you want them to break up with someone or distance yourself from someone, that you don't really feel good about their relationship with someone else, that this is like a big problem in your relationship with them, like this kind of outside energy. They do tell someone or people that you are kind of stubborn. Um, they also mention other people or someone in particular being in competition with you. They talk about you possibly being pushed into something you don't want to do. This could even be like you pushing yourself into a situation, like something that's like kind of uncomfortable, unfamiliar, or like a different direction that maybe you don't even want to go in, but they do feel like either someone's pushing you in a certain into something that you don't want to do, or you're doing that to yourself. They also they also talk about you being heavily criticized by certain people, but again, like they say, it seems like it doesn't really faze you, that you don't really care. They also say that you often stand up for who you are, vocally or just by, living how you want to live, doing what you want to do, and kind of ignoring what people are saying about you. They do say that it seems like certain people are kind of obsessed with you. They could talk about someone trying to like interrogate you almost, but you aren't telling this person a thing. Um, let's see. So for some of you, they do talk about you possibly not being honest with them when it comes to something in particular. But it doesn't feel like they're kind of saying that you are like not honest in general. For some of you, they mention kind of being emotionally closed off to you right now, that you guys may not have, this genuine interest in each other at the moment, even if it is temporary. They could say that you guys aren't really that loyal to each other at the moment as well. They also talk about you having unrealistic goals for them, um, or with them, like in your relationship. But they're trying to like avoid having a fight or a problem, argument, a confrontation with you. Like they could say that, emotions can run quite high between you guys, and like maybe it fluctuates quite a bit, like things can be a bit of a roller coaster between you guys. All right, so we have you care way too much. We have you need a big hug. And I'll do these ones in a sec. Okay, so what are they saying about you? So similar to the messages that came up before, like they're saying that it seems like you don't actually care at all when it comes to them. Not when it comes to them, when it comes to like other things, other people, especially things that aren't, really positive, that are maybe kind of like being aimed at you. They say that it seems like you just don't really care. So it feels like they do mention to someone or, certain people that they kind of want more love from you, like they need more love, need more affection, but they kind of just feel like they aren't really getting that right now. So we have tell me what it's going to take to make you mine. We have I'll do everything in my power to protect you. We have I'm done. We have you are better than I was ready for. We have whipped cream plus your nipples equals yum. We have I was so afraid that you were going to reject me that I didn't even try and now I regret it. We also have I'm worried you don't feel the same. And my mind is elsewhere. Okay, let me get out these ones as well. So we also have revealing your true self. We have tap into your inner wisdom, angel. And we have listen to advice. So it feels like they don't really say this, but it feels like something that they do think is that it's not really the right time for your relationship. Like they weren't really ready for what, kind of, how do I say this? Like they weren't ready for what your relationship entailed, if that makes sense. So another thing that they could be saying is that you guys may not see eye to eye when it comes to certain things. For some of you, it's that you don't feel the same way they do. For some of you, they actually say that it feels like you don't feel as strongly as they do. And with I'm done, it feels like they're saying to certain people that they kind of get the feeling that you're done with them, even if you guys are still a part of your lives. Like there's maybe something emotionally or mentally that gives them the impression that you're kind of checked out when it comes to them. So we also have tell me what it's going to take to make you mine. Is that what somebody's saying? Okay. Like it feels like they're saying as well that it will take a lot for them to keep you, like I don't know if this means like they feel you would demand a lot from them, right, to kind of have you in their life. Or this could be like something that's separate from you, like in their own life, like they would have to kind of sort through things in their own life. Or let me see. Or like have more stability in their life and their situation in order to keep you around. They're also saying that they do feel like, are they saying this? So it feels like they do tell someone that they do feel quite protective over you. It feels like they could feel quite possessive over you. It doesn't feel like they say that to people though. So it also feels like they say that they feel like you both could have a lot of regrets when it comes to this relationship that you may have, or you guys could end up having regrets. like not appreciating each other like sooner, or like kind of like maybe taking each other for granted, or just not really appreciating the relationship or connection that you guys have. But they do feel like there could be some form of regret down the line. It could be about something completely different than what I just said, of course. So they're also saying that it feels like, both of you have your minds on other things. They also say that you don't listen to their advice. Hmm. So for some of you, take this only if it makes sense, but they could say that you are like kind of pushing them to either show their true self, to like tell you how they're truly feeling about something, maybe another situation. It feels like they're telling someone that you're trying to get them to reveal something. So with angel tap into your higher wisdom, it feels like they're saying or they're thinking that in some situation you need to maybe show better judgment, maybe when it comes to them or when it comes to someone, or something else. Like they do say that sometimes you can be impulsive, maybe that you can rush into things at times. So I'm just gonna get a few more cards and then I'm gonna wrap it up, okay? So what are they saying about you? Group 3. Okay, so we have non-competitive, we have frugal, we have genuine, we have disrespectful again, we have victim, and we have rebellious. So with rebellious, it feels like they tell people or someone in particular that you can be rebellious, not that you are someone that is like kind of like rebellious. And I know I said just a moment ago, like they tell someone that you're impulsive. It's not that they think you're rebellious and impulsive all the time and that you rush into things all the time. It's just that in certain situations they feel like you can be more rebellious and kind of go into something without kind of fully planning or thinking. But yeah, they also say that you're not very competitive. Like even if other people are competitive with you, they feel like you kind of, don't really, entertain it. For some of you, they could be saying that you need to be more frugal in certain situations or times. For some of you, they could actually say that you are frugal, or when you need to be. So they do tell someone that you can be a little bit, maybe not, super respectful towards them sometimes. So this could be something they're saying, it could be something they're thinking, but it feels like they're saying or thinking that they do want to be more genuine with you. Maybe develop a more like genuine situation with you guys. Between you both, sorry. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. But I'm wishing you guys the best. Alright, please take care. Bye.